Jesus said, love your enemy. Pray for them which persecute you. Paul said, bless and curse not. But here's, in the book of Revelation, I think it's 6:9, the spirits of the dead martyrs who were beheaded for the testimony of Jesus Christ are under the altar, crying out, how long, Lord, before you judge them? Calling for judgment. They're not praying for worldwide conversion. They're not praying for those persecutors to be saved. I guess when God's love runs out of gas. God's love is awesome, but not infinite, not everlasting. Why? Jesus said, pray for them which persecute you. And yet, in the Revelation, these Jesus followers who were killed, how long, O Lord, before you judge them? And another thing that bothers me about Jesus, really bothers me, King Herod killed John the Baptist. And yet, he was open. The Bible says he received John the Baptist, the things he said gladly, listening to him. And he was sorry that he had to kill John the Baptist. But when Jesus was being crucified, Herod was glad to see him, glad to see Jesus, and asked Jesus many questions. Probably like a kid in a candy shop. Of course, it says he did want to see some miracle by Jesus, so you have to take that into account. It says Jesus answered him nothing. Now, I think it was Spurgeon said, if any man had crossed the deadline, God's deadline, and could not be saved, God would refuse to save this man. It was King Herod. But Jesus was not yet resurrected, and in his place as God, he was still a man. I'm so disappointed. I so would love to have seen him set an example for us as human beings, and loved Herod, King Herod, because that's an enemy. It's easy to it looks good, but it's easy to love the enemies that hit you with kid gloves. The enemies that make fun of you, the enemies that point guns at you. But an enemy like King Herod, he was worse than a murderer, a spiritual murderer. And Jesus couldn't love him. And Jesus called him a fox in one place. The Pharisee said, "Get out of here. Herod wants to kill you." And Jesus called him a fox. And G. Campbell Morgan, I think, in his commentary said the word used was vixen, a term of uttermost contempt. Oh, that was hidden. G. Campbell Morgan, not Charles Spurgeon, who said that. Not Herod being beyond hope. Jesus called Herod a contemptible term. They seem to go against Jesus' teachings of the Sermon on the Mount, rendering good for evil. This really bothers me. This really fucking bothers me. It means God's love is not infinite. God's love is not everlasting. There comes a point we can sin so bad that God's love runs out of gas. And that hurts. That makes me sad.
Broke my back so you would love me, but instead you stood above, you spit me out, you kicked me down. I hate you, never love me.